Hello everyone, welcome to our final 1 year on the road video series video. In this video, we're going to be answering our most frequently asked questions that we get from you.
Now we've already answered quite a few of them in the videos from this past week, but there were some that didn't warrant an entire video to themselves, so we thought we'd cover all of those in just one video. Question number 1, what is our work life like?
Well, it's extremely flexible. Sometimes we work in the mornings, sometimes the evenings, sometimes we don't work for days on end, and sometimes we work 4 days on end.
It really depends what we're working on. Like right now, we just kicked off our Morton Trailer Supply website where we need to be on call during working hours, during working days, and be online at some point during the day each one of those days.
So it really depends. Videos like this, we just kind of shoot whenever we feel like it or need to get it done. So we just make it happen, really.
As for working together as a husband and wife team, we had already done quite a bit of that right after we met, so we already knew that we could work together and hasn't been a problem. Question number 2. Do you have any regrets, and what would you have done differently?
Well, I don't really have any regrets. I think the whole purpose of this lifestyle is to kind of live without regrets. What about you?
Yeah, I would agree with that, because I think everything that has happened to us we've learned from, and that is, like you said, the whole point of this adventure.
I don't think I'd do anything differently. I mean, it just, life happens as it happens, and there's not really anything you can do about it. So you just make it work. Question number 3. What do we miss most about living in a house?
Well, that's an easy one for you. Long, hot showers.
Oh, well, when we're hooked up, I can take long, hot showers. That's true. I like a long, hot shower. I also miss having my workshop and all my tools, like unlimited tools. I have a lot of tools on the road, and I miss my paramotor. That's something I'd like to get back into in the future.
I miss just, the friends and family that live nearby, and I also miss having my horses. I get to ride every now and then, but I don't have them anymore, so I need to figure out a way to get my fix. And I guess one other thing that I miss is just the stability of having a fixed income. I love being an entrepreneur. I love what we're doing, so I wouldn't trade it for a minute, but it was really nice to just not have to worry about the whole money thing. Question number 4, are we going to do a daily vlog?
Maybe. The short answer is maybe. We like doing videos a lot, but they take a lot of time, and we have so many other things on our plate right now, our websites and such, so I think it'd be something we'd like to try in the future, but yeah, maybe in the future. Question number 5, what about towing and hooking up? Can you share any safety information, hand signals, etc.? Well, we answered that kind of earlier in the week. We took you on a tour of how we travel, how we hook up, and how we move. And I've also done a video that I'll link to as well about just kind of trucks and towing. So we'll refer to those to answer that question.
What is the worst thing that has happened on our travels?
I don't know, what do you think?
I would say probably losing Bella in Michigan, because, yeah, we had the truck break down a few times, but that would have just cost us money. If we had lost Bella, that would have been a significant piece of our life that had been lost.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How have you guys grown or changed personally so far on your travels?
It's hard to say because it happens so gradually, but I think that I personally have become more of an outgoing individual. I wouldn't be comfortable on camera like this before at all. So slowly been kind of gaining more confidence in the world, meeting and interacting with people everywhere, and just kind of having a more broad understanding of cultures and acceptance of the entire world and different ways of doing things.
I would definitely agree. And I've also learned, or I guess I have changed in a way where I am a lot less cold tolerant than I was before.
That is...
Living in Michigan, you do build up a tolerance for the cold, and now it's like 65 degrees and I'm shivering in my scarf. Next question is, when we go to campgrounds, do we use the showers and bathrooms at the campgrounds, or do we use our own?
Depends on the campground, but usually we use our own, because usually at a campground we have hookups and we have a really nice shower and a really nice bathroom, so why would we go use somebody else's when it's in our own house?
And even if we don't have hookups, we have a water pump, we have a water heater, we can have hot water for hot showers, doing our dishes, using the bathroom. We have full shower and bathroom in our RV, so we're really quite comfortable.
There was one time in Florida, however, where we were at a campground that had such nice showers, and it's actually one of the vlogs, I'll put a link to it, that actually showed the shower. It was so nice that we used their showers instead of ours.
Here's a question we get a lot. How long are we planning to travel?
We started off planning to travel for about 2 years, and I think we're kind of still sticking to that. And but it's open-ended. We don't really know if things are going well on the road. We may just keep doing it. If we need to stop sooner, we may stop sooner.
But regardless, I think that when we are done, if we decide to be done, that traveling will always be a part of our lives, because at this point we've gotten so used to seeing new places and having new experiences that going back to a one town type of life is not an option. Next question. Are you rich?
No. We answered that in our finances video earlier this week. Check that out. But no, we aren't.
Next question. Do you have a home base?
No, not really. We're still residents of Michigan, and our businesses and such are there.
Yeah, we took my parents' address, but we sold our home. We have no house to go back to. So our home is literally where we park it. Next question is, what is your fuel economy on the truck when we are towing and when we aren't towing?
When we're towing our rig, we're about 24,000 pounds on the road, and we get 10 to 13 miles per gallon, depending on towing. When we're in the flat with no wind, we get about 12 miles per gallon. When we're unloaded, 20 to 22 miles per gallon on the highway, and 15 to 17 around town.
So it's actually pretty good. And we have a big diesel truck, so we're pretty happy with that. Next questions are, do we have a refrigerator and freezer?
We do, of course we do. Our fridge freezer is an electric/propane combo used in a lot of RVs. We can run the fridge on electric if we're plugged in, or if we aren't, it burns propane to cool. It's kind of a weird concept, but it works quite well. And the fridge is definitely big enough for us. Freezer,
A little small. All right, how about furnace and air conditioning?
of course, we have a furnace that burns propane as well and can heat us even on the coldest days. Air conditioning, same thing. It works great. We can stay cool on the hottest days if we're plugged in, of course. We also have an electric heater that we run when we're plugged in so that we don't burn the propane.
Yes.
We also get asked, does Kate drive the RV?
I can. I don't do it very often.
No, she drives the truck when we're unloaded. When we're driving, mostly I drive, but you have driven on the highway a handful of times.
Yes, and I'm a very good navigator. So he drives because he's better at the driving thing, and I navigate because I'm better at the navigating thing.
We get this question a lot. What's it like living so close together?
Quite frankly, it's really annoying.
Really?
I can't stand you.
It's really not bad. For us, I don't think it's really a whole lot different than before. I mean,
No.
we just live in a smaller space.
Yeah, well, we're not leaving each other for most of the day to go to our respective jobs, so we do see a lot of each other, but we find ways to do our own things, and we really like being together and doing things together, so we've been very happy. We've actually really liked having all this additional time together.
So how do we do laundry?
That was actually a really big question before we hit the road of whether to get a laundry unit to put in the RV or not. And we decided not to because for the cost of one of those things, we figured we could go to a lot of laundromats. And actually, there's a lot of laundry facilities in campgrounds, so it makes it really convenient to do your laundry while you're camping.
We also use friends and family sometimes if we're stopping by. A lot of times they'll let us use their washer and dryer as well.
Yes, and we really appreciate it.
We also get the question asked a lot, were we RVers or campers before we decided to live in an RV?
And the answer to that is no. We did not own an RV before we had this big idea to hit the road.
When we decided to, we went out, we bought a truck, and then later a fifth wheel. And we did camp a few times before we hit the road with it to get used to it, but that was it.
Nope, just kind of threw caution to the wind.
And the final question, do we have any new plans or have our plans changed since we hit the road? No, not really. We just still want to travel and see as much of the country as we can. We have probably decided to kind of slow down a bit, nearing the 2-year mark, or maybe even a year and a half in the coming months, and kind of maybe look for a work camping opportunity or a place to stay for maybe a month or two before moving on. So besides that, no, not really. We're just kind of doing the same thing.
High level, we're planning to be in the Southwest this coming winter, and then maybe hit Colorado in the springtime, come back up the coast over the summer. We'll see what happens. So those were most of the frequently asked questions that we get in our travels and from you, our followers and subscribers. Thank you for submitting your questions. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer them either in the comments or in an upcoming video.
Goodbye from Whidbey Island, Washington.